It's Transit Month, and we're celebrating transit in San Francisco.
I think everybody in the city, whether you're a native or not, you have some kind of memory on Muni.
Welcome to Taken with Transportation, the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency's official podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Colross, and September is Transit Month in the Bay Area. Here in San Francisco, hundreds of thousands of people ride Muni every day, so we'll start this party with a few of them.
To me, Muni is just the easiest way to get around when I don't want to worry about parking or driving. I've lived in the city for about 15 years, and it just makes me feel more connected to the neighborhood and the city.
I meet people on the train. It's the community of San Francisco. You see all your neighbors and friends out there on Muni. I can drive, and I actually do own a car, but I hate sitting in traffic.
There's always a new area to explore, and I love taking transit to those areas because it's a very accessible tool that we have, which is transit in San Francisco.
There are lots of ways to celebrate public transit, and some people do it by running. Yes, running. Akash Borde is president and CEO of the Muni Run Club.
The premise of the Run Club is we pick a new bus route each week. We started with the 1, and we've been doing each route in order. So we had 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and we've made it all the way to 33. So this has been over the past 5 months or so.
The club started as a small group of a few friends, but now hundreds of people follow the club on social media and on the fitness tracking app Strava, and dozens participate in the Sunday morning runs. Muni Run Club assistant captain Taylor Lee joined the fun a few runs in. He tells us transit has been part of his running habit for a while.
Even before this club, one thing I really enjoyed was doing like one-way runs. If you plan it out with Muni, you can run a good distance and finish in a way where you can take a nice bus ride back. That's always fun.
But the Muni Run Club still has helped Lee, who has lived in San Francisco since 2019, expand his horizons a bit.
It's one of those things where you live in a specific neighborhood, you work in a specific area, maybe you go to the bar, clubs in a different neighborhood, but that leaves the whole rest of the city. And so with Muni Run Club, I've been able to combine my enjoyment of public transit with the opportunity to explore and get some good exercise and build up my training plan for races.
The club had just finished a special run before we started chatting about all of this. Akash Borde explains.
For Transit Month, we didn't do a bus route normally. We did a GPS art run to draw the Muni worm logo. And we thought that'd be a fun way to promote Muni, get a whole bunch of new people out, and show our love for transit.
And how did it go?
So we started in the Richmond, which has a really nice grid. And we had 2 groups, one that did the entire worm logo, MUNI. And that was about a 10.5-mile run with like 500 meters of gain. And then we had a second group that joined us halfway through and did just the M for a shorter run.
The Richmond neighborhood may be laid out in a nice grid, but it did have some surprises in store for the worm logo runners.
We didn't expect the elevation at the end. We were close to the ocean, and I thought it'd be nice and flat, but it turns out this is one of the hilliest runs we've done. But hills make you a better runner, so everyone that joined, you're welcome.
And it turns out lessons in neighborhood topography haven't been the only things the Muni Run Club has taught its president.
The biggest thing that I've learned from this group is people love transit. We have, people that are starting to run, people that have run for their entire lives. They all come for the transit aspect and the running, and so there's enthusiasm for transit. Young people love transit.
Of course, without our hardworking operators, no one who loves transit, and Muni in particular, would get anywhere. So we'll hear from several operators throughout the episode, beginning with Basheba Walls. We start by asking her how long she's been with the agency.
Going on 18 years, January 2nd. Yes. My godfather was an operator. So I was like, oh, they live good, They got a house, a car, all that good stuff. So I'm going to drive Muni. And I really did. Like, some people want to be a doctor, lawyer, scientist. I said, I'm going to drive Muni one day. And I did. I love driving. So just being able to just get out and drive my own city. And honestly, like, becoming a Muni operator, I've been to parts of the city that I've never been on. Like, I've never driven down this street, or I've never saw this building. I'm going to go there one day. So just exploring and seeing new stuff that you can, go to on your off days or whatnot.
Good afternoon, my name is Lon Lam. I've been with the agency for 11 years, since July 2014, and I've been an 11-year operator. We serve such a vital role to the city just because there's a lot of people that can't afford a personal vehicle. You know, they can't afford to take Uber, and this is the fastest and cheapest way to get around town. My catchphrase is we're vital to the city because we help put food on the tables, whether it's bringing students to school to get their education, or it's bringing mom and dad to the grocery stores, or whether we're bringing people to work just anywhere in the city at any time of day.
There is love for Muni all over the city, and you can find a lot of that love at the M Stop Deli in the Ocean View neighborhood. As the name suggests, the deli is on the M Ocean View rail line. Owner Sal Albuaya.
I took over this liquor store 3 years ago. It was a liquor store for about 40 years, and it was called Sam's Market. So when taking it over, I said, man, I need to bring some kind of city feel back into the city. And so as I was sitting here thinking, just like right now, the train stopped and picked some customers up and took off and the bells rang. And so I said, you know what? It's got to be the Muni. So that just clicked right away, and I was like, I think everybody in the city, whether you're a native or not, you have some kind of memory on Muni. And that's San Francisco to me, is the Muni train.
Albuaya is a San Francisco native himself and is, of course, very familiar with our public transit system.
Man, I wish I could go back to high school, partly because of my Muni rides. Like the conversations we had, the things we saw, it was just after school, getting off of football practice, sweating, and I went to Lincoln High School, so we used to blast down that hill and try to jump on the L as sweaty and as fast as we can.
And while being a small business owner in San Francisco isn't always easy, Albuaya finds it to be really fulfilling.
It's so crazy. I had a customer come in yesterday, and she was looking at me, and I was looking at her, and she, a lot younger than me. I said, I think I know you from somewhere. And she said, oh, well, we live in that gray house down the street. And I said, I remember when you were 9 years old, and now you're buying sandwiches from me. Super cool, super surreal. And then given that my mom was also raised in this neighborhood, I was raised in this neighborhood, and now I'm raising in this neighborhood. So I think it's a very strong, comforting, homey feeling for me.
The M Stop features sandwiches named after Muni's train lines, along with snacks and drinks.
Get the M line sandwich. Soft, that's your sourdough. Soft. Yes, indeed.
And it's part of our Muni's Bus and Bingo game for Transit Month, so you can get lunch and fill in a bingo square.
I am one of the selected stores. Very, very honored to be one of those. We just had a customer actually today walk in and ask for the bingo card. So I'm excited to see what kind of traffic it brings in, and real SFMTA followers here at the M Stop.
I'm Mac Allen, Muni operator since 2021, 4 years at SFMTA.
All right, what route do you currently operate?
I have the 44 O'Shaughnessy on weekdays in the mornings. It is one of the very scenic routes. It goes through Golden Gate Park, so it is the bus that stops in front of California Academy of Science and the DeYoung Museum. It goes up over Portola and Woodside along Glen Canyon Park, and it goes into the Bayview and into Hunters Point, and it is one of those north-south cross the city lines that is relied on by commuters, by students, by every kind of person in San Francisco. It's also just a remarkable experience to have this corner office that is a window onto the city. Our windscreen shows us every view that is available in San Francisco. And I like to do these big loud stop announcements because it brings people in and gives an opportunity to make a connection. We carry 500,000 daily passengers, and as much as there is a fabric to San Francisco in the streets, Muni is part of that.
44 O'Shaughnessy to the Bayview District.
As we have heard throughout this episode, Muni means a lot to so many people in the city. And of course, it means a lot to us as well. Brent Jones is the SFMTA's Director of Transit.
Fortunately, I've grown up in San Francisco, born and raised. Muni's been part of my culture, and it's been part of a lot of people's culture with their families and friends. When you look at all of our streets, you look at Market Street, you look at Van Ness, you look at Mission Street, these are like arteries to a living organism, which is our city. And the Muni services are actually the blood cells bringing oxygen and nutrients to different parts of the city, traveling around San Francisco. Without it, the city stops. People can't get to critical appointments. Commerce stops. It's important that we support transportation. it's important that we support keeping transportation in place, but we also support building it back better when appropriate.
So what does Transit Month mean to Jones and to the agency?
It's a time we get to celebrate transit and its impact in the community. We get to celebrate with our team members, our operators, all of our external partners, everyone who's invested in a safe, reliable, and dependable transportation network. And we get to celebrate with our customers and really acknowledge the contribution of our staff and how we continue to keep the city moving.
And speaking of our customers or riders, we always welcome feedback from those who use the system. Really.
Having a meaningful feedback loop with our customers is imperative to us improving service. We find that close collaboration and partnership and developing those relationships help us close any gaps in our service and our approach to delivering that service. It's all about building relationships, it's all about partnership, it's all about building trust. So the feedback that we get, we take it, we actionize it, and if it's possible, we can implement it. And there are some customers who have some great ideas, and we've benefited from that in the past, and we hope to continue to leverage our relationships with our customers moving forward.
And we asked Jones if he has any recommendations for celebrating Transit Month.
If you haven't ridden certain lines, explore the city utilizing our service, give us great feedback, say thank you to our operators and our supervisors who are in the field, and let them know how much you appreciate their contributions and their service.
Please hold on. My name is Raymone Garner, transit operator. I just made 24 years, August 20th. Time flies. I enjoy my job. It's been a blast. I interact with my passengers. I know some for first time I started all the way up until the last 10, 15 years. So I'm on the 22 Fillmore, one of my favorite lines. I'm more or less what they call the 22 king. So passengers will see me, co-workers say, you love the 22, you're back on the 22, we missed you. So it's one of my favorite lines. I enjoy it. It's one of the lines that go from one end of town and crosses multiple communities. And then you get to know your regular passengers, so it's like your family, extended family. They know they're going to get a good ride, a safe ride, a pleasant ride, and they know they feel safe and comfortable with me.
My name is William Cheng. I've been with the agency for 8.5 years. I operate 7 line, 8 AAX, 8 BX, and also the 38. I love Muni. I grew up riding Muni. Before the T 3rd Street, I used to ride the 15 3rd Street bus line, or the 9X San Bruno Express, which is now the 8 Bayshore. I love my passengers. If you treat your passengers with respect and courtesy, in return, they will give you respect and not cause trouble on the bus.
38, Geary to Transit Center.
Thank you for joining us on Taken with Transportation. We're a production of the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency, and you can find the latest episodes at sfmta.com/podcast, as well as Apple, Spotify, our YouTube channel, or wherever you listen. We had production assistance on this episode from Madhu Unnikrishnan, Nia Evans, and Roy Tillery. And if you want to learn more about Muni's Bus and Bingo, just go to sfmta.com/bingo. You can play through the end of this month, September 2025. I'm Melissa Colross. Be well and travel well.